and we are here. Hello, and welcome to episode 1 of Masks. Vigilants is our team name. No, episode 0 was what we had before, and session 0, let's keep it the same. We're not going to do that again. We're not going to have...
Season 8, episode 27.
No more. It's just consistency.
You sure?
We're going for the teenage target audience with this demographic for this show, so we want it to either be completely convoluted, where it's episode X33.
Let's call this issue 1, and then after the break is issue 2, and then...
We could do that. Other way.
We had the preview book last time.
So, to summarize for people who didn't watch Session 0, what would we say? Do you want to just quickly introduce yourselves and what is up with you all? We made characters and answered questions. Do you all want to summarize what's up? We're in a place called Halcyon City. It's basically Superhero Central.
Mm-hmm. We are the men and women in black.
We're the super teens in black.
Super teens in black.
Yep.
We were called together by the superhero Dark Web, and on our very first mission, we saved a bunch of people that we weren't supposed to save and came back to a burning van.
Yeah.
And a burning dark web.
A burning dark web in
a
burning van.
Mm-hmm. Confirmed dead for real. Legitimately. And the more I say this, the more unreal it seems, but actually. Because it's the comic book genre.
We have to constantly say she's actually dead. She's not coming back. This is not normal comic book.
Yeah, but more than once it's gonna come up that maybe it's Dark Web. No, she's dead.
Well, there's gonna be like the superhero. Every week at like 11 p.m. at night, there's this like, are they still out there? Kind of like half hour thing. Yeah, like when do you think they'll come back to life, or are they already watching us from a distance? If you're out there, come back. We need you.
That sounds exactly like what Chuck Rogers would do.
Yep. Show those stupid kids what real superheroing's like.
The more and more I see Chuck Rogers in my head, he more and more becomes Alex Jones. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's less J. Jonah Jameson from the movies and more J. Jonah Jameson from the Spider-Man video game, which is basically Alex Jones. So, I think let's jump into things. During a normal, Masks is a very specific, this is how you do your first session kind of thing. We spent all of last session character creating, and so let's do the latter part of this, which is jumping into the action. So, I think the first scene we see is... I think it's a restaurant that we see the skyscrapers of Halcyon City. We see occasional in the background, not really started. We see a bank robbery that a hero has just arrived to. We see the regular semi-frequent super-heroic ongoings. In one distant main thoroughfare, there is a T-Rex that is currently being lassoed with an energy lasso to keep it safe from everyone as they figure out how to capture it for more long-term. Things are happening. It's a busy city, and you are far from the only superheroes around. The camera starts to get lower and lower in the outskirts of the downtown area, where there are still most semi-tall buildings, not quite skyscraper level, until it comes to one restaurant that is set into the ground floor of a 10-12 story building. There are people sitting outside on the summer patio. There are people dining inside. And as we see them enjoying themselves, the camera continues to sink below the earth. We see that layer of asphalt in the street and concrete and sewers, and it comes to below this restaurant. You see a pale, bright white lights illuminating some kind of laboratory that seems to be below.
Evil.
Sorry?
mole people.
Of course.
You see a laboratory. There's a large. Is a right in the center of this singular multi-storied room is an elevator shaft that goes down 3 or 4 floors. Each of them, it's kind of like there are rooms and floors that all circle the central elevator that branches out from the middle. And you see people in white lab coats studying things. There are cameras around, and we see that the elevator door opens to two scientists, because of course they're wearing lab coats, so that's how you know, walk
I mean,
in.
obviously,
Yes.
science uniform is a lab coat.
Walk in with what looks kind of like the closest thing I would describe it would be an extra large room service table. Like it's this metal like room service delivery tray. It's like this large wheeled silvery metallic covered trolley of sorts. Trolley might not be the right word. But two of them talk, and they, one of them was waiting at the elevator, and they talk about the quality of the samples that are being brought in. And the camera sees that they sort of tap the top of the metal dome, the cylinder, and part of it becomes transparent. There are parts of it that glow when they tap it. As if they're like just buttons built into the thing that are not obvious. Part of it becomes transparent, revealing an unconscious person, a man who's just laying there unconscious. They lean in, nod, and it becomes opaque again, and they start moving on. You all are here to infiltrate that. So, the way that this will go for the first session is we see each of you all being introduced as to how you get in here or were already in here. You are aware and you're trying to find out what's going on, and what action should be taken. Who do we see first? Who wants to step up?
I could get us in
Oh.
because one of my flares is move.
Yeah. Now we don't need to make a roll to get in. You all are in. This is how are you in? Like sort of introduce your characters, what they look like. Maybe do one thing as you.
So how are we in the underground space?
That is up to you. If you just like use your magic to teleport in, do you think?
I was just trying to clarify what we were trying to do.
Oh, what your goal is.
Yeah. So
Zen, you're
the
muted.
thing you want us to explain is how are we in the underground space? Not that we need to make a roll or what?
Sorry, Zen was going to say something, but he's muted.
So is this dynamic entry or is it, subtle?
That's up to you.
Okay.
Listen, I'm down for either.
I think this
Not
is a
really.
Now,
subtle entry.
the book
really
expects
subtle
dynamic entry. The game expects action, but it works with subtle as well. So
Okay, we could have a preluded to the fact we had a subtle entry and then we
Okay.
end in a dynamic entry.
okay, so
Yeah,
subtle
so
first.
if-
Who wants to do subtle?
I'm
Yeah,
calling dynamic. It will be explosive.
Okay. Is anyone here
I
entering
think the subtle
subtly.
entry
Okay.
because I cannot take an explosion. I don't know. It's just
Are you just
Hey,
already
guys,
there in a
so
lab
we,
coat?
yeah. I think it's some silly shadow trick where like I come out of someone's lab coat, like their lab coat they're in like a poorly lit area, and I slip out of the shadow from their lab coat. So like,
Oh,
it
okay.
follows a doctor in.
Yeah,
like,
we
with
see
a
two
lab
shot.
coat.
They have like
Yeah,
two
the shot-
shadows or something.
The shot goes for like the doctor walking through the elevator, everything, and like the shadow looks weird or whatever, and they get downstairs, and then Greg slips out through the shadow into the like space.
Awesome.
A
Okay.
subtle entry.
Yeah, so you're already present, and you're already in one of the rooms. We can stick with you for a moment if you want to do one quick thing while you're here, or do you want to wait for the others?
Oh, probably sneak over to some terminal and start. You don't see what when he's doing that, just like tapping on security keys, presumably
Okay.
non-explicitly. We don't know
Yeah, you just
what
start
it does.
tapping on the computer. All
Yeah.
right. Anyone else doing anything subtle?
Sure. At least kind of subtle. Basically, I think when you take a look back at the elevator, there's just a bit of a panel coming out of the top of it that's, there was somebody on top of the elevator and they're kind of slipping down into it. And that would be Oblivion. She's in her regular uniform, which is, bright pink and not so subtle. So the first thing that she does is she, kind of quickly slips out of the thing is any spare lab coats and grabs one and just kind of shrugs it on.
Yep. The lab coat closet is present. It would have them. You wouldn't wear your evil secret laboratory coat outside of the evil secret laboratory.
Oh, no.
Unless the restaurant is themed after a secret evil laboratory.
That's fair. It's not. It's a bit. It might draw a bit of suspicion. So it's not.
Like a rainforest cafe.
Yes, exactly like the Rainforest Cafe.
But if it was run by like Blumfeld from Blofeld.
Perfect. Yeah. No one immediately gives you a second glance as you grab a blank clipboard and start pretending to write things into it.
The scientist with the spandex bodysuit under the lab coat.
Yep.
Totally, don't worry about it.
All right. And then, I'm guessing something not subtle
The
happens.
dynamic entry team.
Yeah,
You two enter together?
definitely.
Okay.
I think,
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
There's definitely some kind of like, irising thick ass iron door that leads into this place. I'm
Mhm.
guessing. Has to be,
Mhm.
right? So I think we see that start to heat up red in the middle, and then bursting through it comes a large drill made of blue shimmering energy.
Excellent.
And bursting into the room behind that, you see a figure that's sort of got like chrome skin, where you can see sort of points of light swirling inside,
Hmm.
wearing set of, it looks like futuristic Centurion armor almost, but no skirt.
Mm.
Nice.
Um, and yeah, I think Conduit just bursts in with the two orbs glowing over each shoulder, and yells for everyone to get down. This is a raid.
All right. Is there anyone
Well, you were
behind
right,
you?
Master. The negotiations were short. Yeah, so like clunking in behind him because he's got weight strapped to him because black holes. This guy, it's obviously like a homemade costume, like whatever he could grab. And his eyes are literally swirling black holes as he like runs in, and if there's like, is there like a war bot or something?
They were about to activate, yes. As you see,
Sure, a
several
black hole.
several panels in the walls on every side opens up, and 6-foot-tall humanoid robots holding laser guns step forth from them and start shooting.
So a black hole appears in the middle of them as they all spiral into it and get crunched, and and Continuum is sitting there like panting, like, this is a raid. Get down.
And I think that's what might be our first roll then, to use your black hole to destroy some of the robots. The alarms start going, everything starts turning a shade of red, as the claxons and alarm bells ring. The scientists do not get down; they immediately start running away from you in
We don't
seemingly
pull
a
out science
variety.
guns.
They do not fight directly. No, they just start running, and bringing
Doesn't seem
everything
like
they
there's
can
another
with them.
exit. they're going to?
We will get to that, but the robots are running towards you and shooting. So we're going to see our first roll. It sounds to me like you are directly engaging a threat.
I was unleashing my powers?
This is definitely
No?
directly
Okay.
engaging a threat. Unleashing your powers is more general non-fighting things. It is the closest thing to a catch-all.
Okay.
Directly engaging a threat is definitely this, if you're just black holing all of the robots, or as many as you can get.
Okay. And then when would I do my burn? Is that just like I say I'm going Super Saiyan, basically?
Yeah, you basically say you charge up your powers, and then you can use it to get those extra effects. You don't need to have burn to use your powers in general, though.
Okay.
Didn't really see it this time because we started after that, but what does you charging up look like?
Ooh. It's probably the black hole eye thing, but then he's like holding black holes in his hands.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
So
just danger.
So yep, roll with danger, and we'll see how that goes.
I assume no situational bonuses or penalties.
Nope, that is rare for this one. Rare for this type of game.
Okay. That's a 7.
All right. So on a 7, let me bring up the custom moves, basic moves rather. On a 7 to 9, you pick 1. Resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies. Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. Either way, you trade blows unless you choose to resist or avoid their blows.
Yeah, and actually, conditions are good for me. So I think I will create an opportunity for my allies.
All right.
Because I assume entry team is distraction team.
Yes. So I think that yeah, they're all focused on you, Mr. Black Hole Man. Most of the robots are the ones that aren't fully caught up in the black hole itself. They're like, you see them, some of them are holding onto the railing, but they are still with their other hand pointing their gun at you and firing. You get singed. They don't manage to seriously hit you. I don't think you don't have superhuman endurance or anything like that.
No.
But yeah, you duck behind back like behind the entranceway, the hole in the door, but you still get grazed and hurt. Take a condition of your choice. How does that, like, what is your reaction to, how do you feel about getting singed by lasers?
I think I kind of like if he gets like a little insecure about it, like, man, coach told me like like he needs to basically get more coaching practice. like
Awesome.
I should have been able to do all of them at the same time.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, take insecure. And the rest of you are all have an opportunity. Oblivion, you were going to try and find out where the scientists are running to, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no. If they're running to somewhere that is another exit, I would very much like to get around them and block said exit.
Okay, perfect. Why don't you... I think the closest thing this would be... You're assessing the situation, I think, first to find out where they're going. Because the scientists are not all obviously running in one direction. So if you want to find out where they might be going, then roll with Superior.
Great. Favorite stat. Alright. 7.
On a 7 to 9, ask one question. Do you see the list?
Yeah, what here can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What here is in the greatest danger? Who here is most vulnerable to me? And how could we best end this quickly? Oof. I did want to kind of know where they were running to, but...
You could, that's what the first one is really good for. What here can I use to find out where they're going? Is the good catch-all question. because of the blank in there.
I'm wondering if how could we best end this quickly be modified almost to okay, where are they leaving from? How do we stop them from leaving?
Like you want to just
Okay, what here can I use to stop these scientists from leaving, from getting out?
stop them from getting out. You as you look around and you see there are some almost Portal 2-esque like safety posters on the wall of like reminding best scientific safety practices, many of which talk about some kind of like containment that can be activated that will lock all doors and shut everything. The ones that are already out will be out there, but but the ones that haven't yet escaped will be stuck in here, and maybe it will also lock down all the other doors across the facility, which means if there's another room up ahead, they'll be stuck in that one too.
Okay, so we know that somewhere there is a containment.
Yeah, it looks like they're referencing some kind of containment protocol that can be activated.
Okay. Tech isn't exactly strongly my thing. I think if I figure that out, I'll probably at least use this opportunity to like yell it out at the team. And
Do you guys have
know,
radios
hey,
or anything?
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
just
we
like
have.
earpiece.
It's a 20.
somewhere,
What's the year? I'm sure we could have.
2020
Or Dark Magician Greg did a
mind
what,
wave.
Oh,
what
I
A-
was
like
a
the
this?
idea that it's
magical-
like a radio thing.
Yeah.
Magical thing.
I like the idea. It was like a neck-bound, like little earpiece, like tag you can press to turn
Perfect.
it on, like little radio thing.
Yeah.
It's totally just from Best Buy. It's not like
Yep.
So I'm
We stole it
basically
from
going
the we stole
paid
it from the
for it.
IV club.
It's like it's a paid for device, but it's nothing like exciting or fancy. It's just like a little earpiece and a push to talk button on it, and it's all on the same channel, so we can communicate during a mission. It's that simple.
Nice.
So Oblivion is like poking the buttons and like talking as she moves, basically saying, "Hey, there's a containment thing. Somebody needs to press the button, figure out where that is. Some sort of computer system. I don't know." And she's basically just running around to any other door that she would see in the room to try and block.
Yep, and I think that's the perfect time to shift. Dark Magician Greg, you're already on a computer, and you hear Oblivion call this out. What do you do?
Oh, I activate the containment thing before the scientists, so they're trapped in there with them.
Perfect.
That's the whole plan.
Yeah. So, this is one of the moves that I don't think has... This is one of the things you're doing that doesn't have a specific move associated with that, unless it's related to your powers. I don't think hacking or computer stuff
This isn't even like hacking. This is just in the security room. I activate the security protocol.
You just press the button. Oh, you're already in the security room. Ooh.
I could sneak in to get to the right spot if I need to do.
Yeah. I think there are definitely some non-scientist people in the security room that would stop you from pressing that button. So if you want to sneak past them or just...
I'm gonna now that I'll use like powers, I guess, to do this.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You're just like hiding as part of the shadows.
I'm more standing in someone, like just like standing behind them in their shadow.
Perfect.
But
Okay.
some little magic spell, it's like in that you don't look as long as I'm standing in your shadow. You don't.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't acknowledge.
They're kind
me.
of in a daze or not able to acknowledge you. Yeah. All right. Roll to unleash your powers. That is rolling with freak.
It's not one of the ones I have a point in. But
Seems to be the
whatever.
case for most people so far. But a 7's good. 7 is...
I got a 6.
There we go.
I rolled 6.
So,
Do I mark potential?
before we do that, you can mark potential if it stays as a 6. But if you want to have it be better than a 6, someone could help. The way this works is you guys spend team. Now, I think, are entering battle as a team against a dangerous foe, so let's go through that now. Now that we've all entered and done some battling things. So at the start of each session, you gain one team. You will have one team by default, and I usually just write it in as a reminder for how much team is. I'll just always check the latest one. Then, since you're entering battle together. We haven't yet seen anything huge. Here we go. Firstly, we add 2 team to the pool, which would take it up to 3. Then, if the leader has influence over every other teammate, I believe the leader was established as conduit. I don't think that's true.
No.
Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight?
I don't think we do.
We're not very clear on what the objective
Purpose
is,
yet.
because
Yeah.
we kind of just jumped into it.
Mm-hmm.
So no, not really.
Does any team member mistrust the leader or the team? I don't think we've established that yet, but it's up to you if you want to introduce it.
So the goal of what we're trying to do is just clear out this underground lab.
That's what
I
it
thought was to
seems.
find out what was happening here.
It's probably to stop it from happening, because there's no way it's
Listen, there's
properly
some
zoned.
unsanctioned super science going on.
Yeah.
And we need to come down here and stop it.
Is
from
there an
happening.
is
They
there
didn't.
Serve a summons and a fine. All right.
They didn't fill out Form 1237A on human trials, all right?
Yeah,
You
they
need
didn't
permission
register
to do
the
that.
super science lab.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is garbage. Greg only kind of cares.
I don't think any of the questions are directly affecting things. You just get two team then. So you have 3 team in total. One person who is not Dark Magician Greg can spend 1 team and say how they assist this sneaking, to bring it up to a
I
7.
just want to say we missed the boat on the type of team. We should have been like the superhuman health department that goes around giving ratings to various superheroes, villain organizations.
Oh,
Oh,
this is the right time to retcon us the superhuman health department.
Y'all are teenagers. If you're the
your
superhuman health,
facility gets a B because we infiltrated.
does anyone help? Does anyone feel it's appropriate for their character to show up and help with the sneaking, or is it too far away?
One quick clarification. Do I have a mission yet?
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I forgot
True.
to tell you that. So let me go over to your mission. So your mission is to capture the person in charge of this facility alive. Your rules for this mission are actually, I might split that mission into one of them being a rule where they have to be alive. Yeah, I think your mission is to stop the facility. Your rule is sort of. I'm trying to differentiate. Really, I had this already prepared. No, I think your mission is to stop the leader. One of the rules is no killing for this one. Need their information. Rule number 2 is. I think if I want 2 or 3, I know what one of the rules will be. Because it doesn't have to be 3 rules, does it, according to the mechanics?
It does.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, rule number 2.
Well, it does say up to 3 rules to follow.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess. Okay.
For now, let's stick with 2 for the first introduction of this. The second one will be. I know what this is. I'm trying to figure out how to word it. Don't. Your second rule is to keep Continuum on a leash.
Okay. Well, that one's gonna get broken quick. Okay.
Yeah. keep that black hole boy on a short leash.
Yeah. That's your second rule, and we'll stick with 2 for now.
Okay.
It could just be contain the continuum.
Yeah, aim the Hulk. It's that.
Don't make it on the evening news is always a good rule.
Yep.
That's true, yeah.
So
Avoid the eye of Chuck Rogers.
The Legion doesn't care about Chuck Rogers, though.
But they would care about not one specific.
They care
person.
about
They would
PR.
care about
Yeah.
PR
As
to
a
some
standee
extent.
for public opinion.
That's
Chuck
fair.
Rogers.
Mhm. Right now, though, I'll leave it at those two for our
Yeah.
introduction thing. Okay. Does everyone think they're too far away to really help with the sneaking, or too publicly in the eye?
I'm not sure if, because it seems like teamwork is. It seems like you could do it from you don't need to be right there, right?
You don't
Like, if we
need
just
to be
pause
present
enough-
if you just need a way to justify being able to assist them from a distance. Then you can assist them from a
because
distance.
it would be the cut back to the other room, and someone does something, and then that is used
Yes.
as an
Distraction.
excuse to carry it forward.
I could help if no one else has an idea.
The other option is that Dark Magician Greg spends a team to act selfishly and somehow ignores or insults one of you and changes their labels post-roll, increasing their freak and decreasing something else.
I could just help by using time eyes.
Okay, perfect. So I think we see as you are behind someone's shadow and they are unable to see you.
Pay
I think-
attention to me. Not thinking everyone could see me. Just they
Okay.
can't pay attention to
They
me.
just don't ever notice you.
Yeah.
We see that there is another one of the humanoid robots raises a rifle from behind you. They just entered the room behind you and were raised a gun to shoot you before they're just frozen.
Oh, it doesn't work on robots.
Nope, but they get frozen by the time magic, just as things were about to go badly.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe in the alternate future he's caught, and that causes a spider web. So I just say hey, go left instead.
Oh, that kind of time
And then he
magic,
just
not
goes
just
left.
freezing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just seeing. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Then you're
That's
Morpheus
like-
at the Morpheus on the phone with Neo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just say, hey, DMG might want to go the other way.
Perfect. So 2 team is spent, upgrades it from a 6 to
Yeah.
a 7, which is much better.
Yeah, so I reached my. So yeah, I get the which one was that? Something bad happens to me.
It was unleash your powers. So on a 7 to 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary getting in here. I think it is the latter one. Actually, no, you choose. Sorry, you choose whether to mark a condition and keep it you're in, or
It's it's unstable or temporary.
All right.
That's fine.
perfect. Yeah, I think that this guy you see. This guy is a human, but you see as you are close to him in his shadow, even on the back of his neck, it's you see circuitry going up and down his neck, and it goes under his
Oh,
clothes. You
he's
can't
a
see how
robot
much.
man.
He is part robot, and there is a ominous-looking blinking light where you can see there's some kind of alert, help! I've been affected by magic. He doesn't know it. But-
Oh,
Someone yeah. There's probably reinforcements coming here later. But you have the room for now. Security room is
Okay.
yours.
ah,
You see the
okay,
camera
okay.
feed everywhere of fights. You see scientists running, and you see other similar people in a security uniform with a similar laser gun to the ones robots have, beckoning people through doors. People are grabbing their data and clipboard. Some of them are rushing to computers and doing things on them before running away.
Yeah,
What do
so
you do?
I pull out my stick and I flip the switch that locks all the scientists in the room where they're raiding before they can get out.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
Like the silly grates that come down so you could see through them because they're the
Well, they're
ball
li-
grates.
They aren't even just that. As they act, they're not solid matter. Energy fields,
Force
just
fields.
force fields.
Gates. Okay, but I still want the mall chainmail.
Perfect. So
Chainmail
there's just
too.
energy gates in between it. Exactly.
Yeah, it's the double layer.
Yep. They fall.
Well, it's for safety.
Exactly.
Oh,
Like
that's what it
the metal ones go down first, so your hand doesn't go through the laser one and get turned into
And get
cubes.
disintegrated or yeah.
Because, some
Yeah,
characters
or,
can
like-
deal with energy and others can deal with matter, so you need a
Both,
protective field
Depending
for
on what
both.
advanced science you're doing. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you see like a dozen of them across the facility go down. Everything seems to be locked down. There are still maybe a dozen scientists that just stop as they were like they back up as they were about to run through the door in the main hall where I think the three of you, while you came in two groups, are still all in that room, like sort of large central chamber. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
Mhm.
Probably on
So
the other side of it, frankly,
yeah, exactly. Okay. Conduit. Yeah, you see these scientists sort of stop, look shocked at the containment, look towards sort of you and Continuum in fear, and start going. I think they start like doing something else. I don't think they know what they're going to do quite, but they're like looking for somewhere else. They're more searching than moving now, trying to stay out of your way. What do you do? The robots are mostly dealt with, but not all of them, and they're still firing in your direction.
Oh, okay. We got
I guess we have an
robots.
opportunity against them.
You do have an opportunity, yes. There's mostly we're firing at Continuum rather than you.
Yeah, I think then I'll just go into I'll go into flight mode. Basically, like just fly straight at them with an energy barrier between me and them, absorbing the lasers. And once I get up to them, just blast them with my gravimetric blasts.
Excellent. Okay, you are directly engaging a threat for sure. Why don't you roll with danger?
Yeah, I'm bad at this. Let's do this.
Does any of us have good danger?
I have it at
I
one.
got a 0.
I have a 1.
That's a 3.
All right. Perfect.
Oh, that's a missed roll.
Is there enough teamwork to make that work? Or
No,
no?
no, there's not.
No. Ooh.
Well, potential is good.
Yes, it is. So I think what happens as you start flying up towards them is they see you coming, and you see that they suddenly like flip a switch on their laser rifles. All of them turn from this like classic red laser to a deep emerald green, and then when they pull the trigger, instead of a bolt of light coming towards you to shoot you, this orb of energy shoots out towards you and explodes like a laser grenade. Several of them do this at once, which overwhelms your shields and knocks you back, smoking, back to near in front of the elevator. You're going to be taking a powerful blow.
Okay.
So, when you take a powerful blow, roll with conditions marked. So you have no conditions marked already, I think. So you'll just be rolling 2d6. Lower is better. Okay.
Now I get the 9. Good.
So on a 7,
about that.
choose one. Lash out verbally, give ground, or struggle past the pain.
I think I'm gonna go with struggle past the pain.
All right.
Because I'm gonna do something very simple and hopefully effective.
All right.
To fix this.
You mark 2 conditions. I think at this point it'll still be of your choice. It's the book is intentionally loose with whose choice it is as to what conditions they are. I usually like to go with your choice because most of them are how your character feels. But if
going with angry and guilty.
All right. So, what does it look like when you struggle past the pain? Like you are smoking a bit from the laser grenade, but you have your shield did protect you somewhat.
Yeah. So like blasted back against the wall, like we just slumped down. I think he just like puts both fists down and slams into the ground, and you see energy burst, and it just thrusts him back up onto his legs. And he obviously hurt, like holding his side and everything. Kyle just reaches up, hits the button on his neck, and says, "Continuum. We're gonna need a singularity over here."
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you see the robots are approaching, as they approach you, think they when they thought you were knocked down before you got back up, the one closest to you, it looks like it had its rifle. It put its rifle in one hand, is holding it, and then its other hand sort of rotates and transformed into like almost a claw that is very much reminds you of like a handcuff that can close itself. Like it was planning to just restrain you, but before you got back up. Continue. What do you do? You
I'm the boss. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. I'm
Yep.
the boss. And I want to.
There's still laser fire like pelting you. They just stopped because of Conduit's charge.
I would like to burn.
Okay. So
I
that's
give myself a little pep talk. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. And I'm like trying to hype myself up.
okay. So you're rolling with the amount of conditions you have, which is 1, I believe. So
Yes.
let's see how that goes.
I think it's just this button. Uh-oh.
All right.
I'll send a
bad.
team to help.
Okay.
All right. So you like all of you hear him saying this in the microphone, maybe or something, and he accidentally left it on.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah, I left a little black hole on the push button because I'm a little nervous.
Awesome. So
Okay.
what do you
So
say,
7 to 9.
Conduit? Well, firstly, how does
I s-
Conduit help? Like Conduit, do you just like reinforce his pep talk?
Basically, I'm advising him to take the safeties off. Just do it. Just unleash.
All right.
Don't think about it. Just do it.
Cool. So that's that rule broken.
Get off
Yeah.
the leash.
Yep.
Cool. So I hold 3 burn, and on a 7 to 9, I mark a condition. I'm gonna get a little angry.
All right. So yeah, you're getting ready. Like, yeah, screw these robots. I'm gonna destroy them
Yeah.
all. Okay.
I'm
Let
gonna.
me know what the fallout looks like, because I get to clear a condition when I break a rule. I want to know if I'm really guilty about the fallout or just even more angry.
So I think I'm gonna do a reality storm.
Ooh. So what does that do? Describe that move?
You channel a destructive burst with your powers. Spend 1 burn to directly engage a threat using your powers, rolling plus freak instead of plus danger. If you
Okay.
do, you will cause unwanted collateral damage unless you spend another burn. Because Conduit's there, I'll spend 2.
Okay.
I don't want to hurt Conduit.
That's fair. Okay. So what does it look like when you charge these robots? They're they were like gathering around and marching towards the formerly fallen Conduit.
So I think from my cover, like the black holes are just swirling in my hands, and what I do is I throw one up to launch me out of cover with my weight, and then I'm
It
just like
sucks you
flying
towards the hole.
Yeah,
towards the
and then
black
dissipate
hole,
it.
and- yeah, and as I'm flying through the air, I'm just throwing black holes individually at each robot.
Like they're all just getting like yeah.
God, what do you like a Matrix move when jumping and like shooting the guns in
Yeah.
slow-mo, but instead of bullets, he's shooting black holes.
Shooting little black balls at them. Perfect. Okay.
And they just collapse in on each other.
Roll to directly engage the threat with freak.
Does this have anything to do with... Oh wait, that's targeting those people. Never mind, because I have influence over everyone. Oh!
Nice.
There we go.
So, pick. So on a 10 plus, pick 2 of the list. Directly engage the threat.
Let's go impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. And they don't really have anything to take. And
Yeah, they do. We got make something up if you want. They have whatever you want.
Resist or avoid double O's is always a good one.
I like conditions because that makes me more powerful.
What?
That makes unleashing your powers more powerful. It screws
Yeah.
everything else up.
You're not afraid, are you?
I am not.
Okay. Then we don't-
I think. Yeah, I might as well just resist or avoid their blows.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So they don't even
So-
see you coming before the black holes have already arrived. The scatter shot of them.
Yeah.
And we see, yeah, each of them has a just starts look. They all look down at the small sphere as each of them each black hole slowly grows, and you see each of the robots slowly crunch and begins to implode into them. And then as you are able to safely dissipate the black holes once they have destroyed each of their robots. The room is clear now. This one, at least. You see that as you look around Oblivion, the scientists that were blocked off from escaping were... I don't think they even had time, because of how fast this was, to find anywhere else to hide. They are sort of huddled at the force field blocked edge of one of the main hallways. Oblivion, you are the closest one there. They are looking at you, now recognizing your spandex as not one of them, with fear and suspicion.
I think that as the klaxons started going and the walls started coming down, I kind of changed trajectory a little bit as opposed to directly go for the doors. Instead, kind of zigzagging towards the people. I kind of want to just tap each of them or whatnot on the arm or something as I'm going past and getting to the next person, and basically doing the vitality absorption thing. I just want them down. I want them not to be something that we need to be worried about. The rest can deal with the robots. I'll deal with the people.
Okay, so you're trying to knock them all out.
Yes.
With your powers. Okay. I don't think this is a threat. I think this is unleashing your powers using Freak. They are not a threat to you. At least not directly.
That sounds reasonable to me.
Okay.
Okay. And that worked really well. Snake Eyes.
Yes. Yes, it did. I think as you approach, you're trying to sort of fit amongst the scientists. I think
maybe I got one or two on the way, but then they're all huddled in the corner there, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll try and just infiltrate them and wander up towards them, and it's like spandex. No, that's not.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. You get one or two that are sort of alone on the sides, and then you find the majority of them try to get close as oh no, I'm totally one of the scientists, and one of them who seems to be in charge. You're not sure if it's just they've taken charge or they're officially in charge of this group. They pull a laser pistol on you, and look at you. You don't recognize them, or anything like that. They're just a mid-50s man, balding, but he looks very sternly at you, and he says, "Get back! Get back! You'll not have any of my people." And I think, do you have a lot of experience with someone pointing a gun right at you?
Probably not a ton now.
Okay. I think I'm going to ask you to mark the condition of afraid. With everything that's going on, something in your gut tells you he will use this if he needs to. He isn't just showboating here.
I think my response to that is, okay, put my hands up and say, look around you. Whatever's going on here, it's already pretty much done. You're not getting out. My friends have handled your defense systems. Just put down the gun.
You hear the crackle of a speaker from somewhere else in this room. It says it loudly enough for everyone outside of... No, I think everyone can hear it. It's all throughout the facility. And you hear someone say, "I wouldn't be so sure about that." It's definitely someone else who is hearing what's going on. The scientists all look up. You see some of them mutter a name. I don't think you quite catch it. And the voice says, "You heroes! More like children. You want to interrupt my work? Is that why you're here? Or are you just looking for a distraction?"
We're actually teenagers.
Yes, and he called you children. He seems to be addressing particularly you, Oblivion, because you were speaking to the other scientists, though everyone can hear his side of the conversation. What do you do?
I think for the most part, I'm going to literally try to ignore the voice. Like, I don't know what you're seeing, but there's like
I'll tell you what. He completely, like, bulldozes past what you were saying and says, if you all leave now, get out however, then I will not do anything in retribution. I'm gracious like that. You have 10 seconds. I'm watching.
Good. I think I will go up to whatever camera is closest and speak directly into it.
Okay. While that is happening, I believe Dark Magician Greg is acting in the background.
Yeah. I want to know how I could best shut down the speaker voice.
Okay. Then
security side on.
Perfect. Let's first then see what Conduit's doing as he speaks.
I wanted to address that guy. That was.
So you go up to the nearest camera. It swivels
Yeah.
to face you.
Yeah, so I just say, whoever you are, you have attracted the attention of the Starforged, and they want you for questioning. I'm coming for you. Prepare yourself.
The Starforged? You think they frighten me? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just going to be taken in and have to wait for weeks just to be questioned. I know what they're like. You're not welcome on this planet. You never were. I think. I don't think they can influence you. They're not even talking to you face to face, and you don't know who they are. If they were, there's probably a tinge of that, but of them trying to influence you. But yeah, you don't even know who this guy is, and he's saying this. So I don't think it's quite at that level.
Okay. Is that enough to trigger in the name of the moon? So when you demonstrate the power and authority of your legion to confront someone?
I don't think you've demonstrated it directly to this person, this man. You've definitely entered in force, that's for sure.
So maybe for the other people in this room?
I think so, yeah. I think if you were talking to the scientists that are in front of Oblivion, that would trigger. This guy has not been demonstrated to enough yet.
Okay.
But we see Dark Magician Greg inside the security room.
Yeah, on my short timeline of whatever the spell I cast was that triggered the magic implant, whatever. I think
yeah, it's some kind of like it's definitely like slightly beeping, and that's never a good sign.
Yeah. No, never. So I would like to assess the situation.
All right.
From the security room.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roll with superior to assess.
Roll 4.
We're all doing great.
Okay. So as you are like as you go and try to find I guess I was going to ask, what are you looking for first? What were you trying to assess?
I'd be best to end this quickly.
Okay. So
like
as you look for some way to shut down all
nonsense.
the speaker, as you look for that, the entire sort of computer terminal you're at, it doesn't just shut off, because it never just shuts off. It like starts electrocuting you briefly, and you like back off. And before you even get a chance to really sort of recover from that, the presumably closed security door behind you opens up, even though you locked it, and there are two of those robots from before, must have come from somewhere else, standing there, guns pointed at you. They don't immediately fire. instead, one of them says in a purely robotic voice, "Come quietly, and you will not be harmed." But you hear the rising hum of the laser guns. They're warmed up and ready to fire.
Okay.
Let's pause.
So what happens for marking a 4?
So I say what happens. In this case, it's you are put in a dangerous situation, and you're not going to be marking a condition directly this time, or anything. It's just you have been seen, and they have you at gunpoint.
And how does one mark potential? I thought it was.
Every time you roll a 4 or lower, you mark, or 6 or lower, you mark potential.
Okay.
So that happens. That also happened with Oblivion before, and Continuum.
All of us.
Yeah.
Well,
No, Continuum.
Do you
got
still mark it even if you do the
not if you got
teamwork?
helped. Not if
If
you
you
got
get
helped.
the team move to pump it, it doesn't
Yeah.
mark potential.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. So we cut there because, of course, we cliffhanger that mini scene to see we see a similar shot with the barrel of a laser gun, except this time it's a pistol still being pointed at Oblivion.
I think as Conduit's, talking to the voice and hopefully doing distraction and whatnot, I'm going to baseball dive for this person and not so much grab the gun. I am just trying to, tap their leg, anything.
Okay.
I'm trying to unleash my powers to basically make it so that they can't remember how to use the gun.
That's fair, but I think this is directly engaging a threat. I
totally agree with that.
Yep. So let's roll with that.
Oh, good. I'm afraid. But I'm
That
pushing through it anyways.
Okay.
-2.
Yes, it is.
Now we'll get to see if the rolls do that automatically or not.
Let's see if the rolls automatically keep that into account. Can't remember.
The answer seems to be yes, they do. So I got a 7 and I managed.
Okay, because your normal danger status +1?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it modifies the entire.
Yeah, it
That's
modifies.
Nice.
It doesn't do it separately, yeah. But
Very weird, but it worked.
choose one. Do you trade blows?
I think the intent here was take something from them, make it so that they cannot use the gun.
Mhm.
In this case, I wasn't taking the gun itself, but yeah.
Okay.
So take something
Taking the threat of the pistol off the table.
Yes. So I think as you dive towards them, they panic, fire at you, get a glancing blow. I think you pick how where it hits, and you will be. This is not a powerful blow. You will just be taking one condition from this.
Okay. I think as I was, baseball diving, there's a lot of me exposed there, but I'll say that, arms forward, reaching to grab. I got them with the one arm, and the other arm, they got me. So.
Okay, so is there a patch of is your costume laser proof, or is it also there's a blackened hole there, or blackened patch?
Go with not so much a hole. I would say laser proof makes a bit of sense. Mine isn't
laser resistant.
Yeah,
exactly.
The costume's not damaged. You're damaged,
but you could see where the burn is.
There's a black char mark, and that was not going to.
But it doesn't go through the costume.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Obviously, there's the big silly hole in the doctor's coat.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think for marking condition, I'll do insecure on this one. It's I don't know. Maybe other things seem to be going on. Maybe I should have been helping them out first, or yeah.
Okay. You dive for the gun. After the shot off, you grab it from them. The others, Conduit and Continuum, hear the sort of pew of the laser gun, because of course they go pew. You hear the shot go off, and when you who's the first person who rushes there to see what the end result of this is?
Even if I go first, Conduit's gonna make it
Conduit
there because I'm way down.
Oh yeah, and you're way down. Yeah, so Conduit, you rush over and see into the room where Oblivion is. There's lab equipment everywhere, microscopes and computers and things like that, and different equipment you don't recognize. And on the ground is the scientist with the gun now 20 feet away from. Well, you took something from them, so Marissa, it is up to you if it's on the ground or in your grasp. the gun, or if you just like did the thing where you broke it, because you have superhuman strength.
I'll just have it. That sounds much more useful.
Okay, perfect.
I'll
And yeah,
turn the gun on the scientist. That works.
okay.
Oblivion's sitting there with the smoking gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I run in, does it look like you just shot a scientist?
Not quite.
Well,
Like,
you
the
probably
gun's
see
trained on
the
scientist,
black.
The scientist is definitely swapped,
Yeah.
but exactly, there's still the black smoke coming off of me, not them.
Yeah. So you have the gun in one hand, and the scientist is on the ground with like your foot on their chest or something, just like holding them down
no,
there.
like I got the gun. I didn't manage to like get
Without
them
the gun, they are
scientist.
not a threat. If you have them on the ground, you have them on the ground.
No, but there's no way they're on the ground.
Okay, so
they're
they're just
still
like
standing, they're still.
yeah, they're all backed up, and all of the scientists are just like basically scared, and we surrender. Kind of. They're not surrendering, but they're not saying anything, and they're not fighting back.
Apparently,
I
this
think-
works better when they can see that there's a visible threat.
The
I think in that case, when Conduit runs into the room, a net will spring into existence and just push all the scientists up against the back wall.
nice. Oh, very good. I was wondering how you would get through that. Brad, disappointed in you. And you see the main scientist is like, "Aw."
Brad, really? That's your name? It's Brad?
Eat shit, Brad.
It's not very imposing, Brad.
I-
Come up with something cool.
I'm not.
Please stand, you're mocking the scientist.
You kids
mean,
don't know
who-
what it's
who-
like to need a job.
Who has a henchman named Brad? Really? I mean, I'm looking at Liv and shrugging, like, who?
Perfect. But they say, "Oh, and don't worry about that. Your families will be well taken care of." I don't mean that ominously. I mean that with the generous severance package you have, because you're all fired. While you have been taking care and being good distractions, we've managed to secure the rest of our data. So don't worry about that. All the scientists look like, yay, but also we're fired, but also good job us.
Or evil
We
science.
did so good we're fired.
Is there like an evil science course at community college or something? Why are there so many of them?
You can ask them if you want to.
Those are the evil science interns. I don't know.
Kind of, actually, yes.
Evil science interns.
Why is it every game? There's
It's
fucking
always
interns.
Um,
Interns are the root of all evil.
yes.
It's just so everyone's desperate for a career they can be proud of, and the only way to start that is with taking an internship.
Mm-hmm.
And upper management refuses to pay menial labor. Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
So, if I think let's cut back to Greg. Yeah, Dark Magician Greg. I think we need to see what's up with you. These two
Yeah, I'm
rounds are pointing
facing-
guns.
I'm facing down some robots.
Do you go with them?
No,
Thought not.
no,
Do you
I
radio in?
No, I use my silly shadow powers. Like, but yeah, no, I have my magic stick that can touch shadows, and I want to try to run between the legs of the two robots and smash their guns into each other, so they can't shoot me as I run past them.
Okay. Why don't you? I think this is directly engaging. Are you trying to get away then, or?
Yeah.
Oh,
Trying
if
to
you're
engage
getting
the
away-
threat by
yeah, okay,
running through it.
that makes sense. Let's do it.
The blow is just magically instead of me punching them.
Yeah,
Because Greg is not a muscle-bound individual.
yeah. If you punch a
Full of
robot,
danger.
your fist will hurt. That'll.
Yeah, no, I have my magic stick and I drag the shadow towards the other robot, and then the gun follows its own shadow,
Yeah.
smashing into the robot.
They get their arms crossed.
Yeah, basically. So they can't turn and shoot me. I got a 7.
All right, pick one.
I resist or avoid their blows. That's most of what I want here.
Okay, so
Way.
Yeah,
Wait, this means I don't get away. Yeah, shoot.
it does. I think it means you don't get hurt, but they're chasing you is probably what it is, or like they're
Oh,
right behind you is I think what it would mean here, because their blows would be to capture you.
Yeah.
In this case, and if you avoid that, then yeah, that works.
yeah. So, yeah, I still resist. If their blow would be a capture, yes. I will
Yep. 'Kay.
Resist that.
So yeah, we see the you do exactly what you intended. You duck behind them. You duck between them as they clang into each other. I think your magic hurts them a bit, and then they also end up not like cartoonishly hitting each other, but they both don't easily fit in the doorway together, and so they end up sort of hitting each other slightly, and both of them take some wear and tear, but they're both still up, and they turn around after you and start chasing you down.
Yeah, and yeah. So I'm just running down the hallway, but it's, Greg's whole outfit is just a hat and a coat and just darkness in between.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have the He-Man wizard style outfit of big coat, big hat, and that's it. Just
Exactly.
walking
Do we see like two
pillar
yellow?
of fabric.
Do we
Yeah.
see two like yellow eyes poking out from under the shadows?
Something silly like that, yeah.
Like
But just,
Final Fantasy.
and when I use a tool, it's just like just the tool comes out of the coat.
Yeah, nothing
Not
else.
even like.
So you're running through the hallways, and are you trying to get back to the team?
Yeah, try to regroup with the team.
Okay. You come to the turn you came through originally, and as you turn the corner, you stop because right in front of you is a chain gate with a force field blocking you from the rest of the team. And you hear the robots are just about to turn the corner behind you. They were not far behind you.
I have a thing that can help.
What do you do?
Oh, DMG, you're here just in time. And then I'll throw a moat.
Okay.
So I'll use my last hold to do moat, which is spend one burn to create a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it. The GM may call for you to spend another burn if the barrier is threatened by particularly powerful enemies.
These are not particularly powerful enemies.
You could make the barrier a hole in the whole fence.
I don't think that wouldn't let you through a barrier, though. I think
No.
you would basically create a second barrier between Darkness
between
and Greg
him
and
yeah,
the robots.
Okay. All right. That
yeah.
works.
So that's what I do when I
Okay.
go.
You Star Wars fight trap me.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does it feel to be like, oh wait a minute. Now that I'm out of hold, my voice is not like that anymore.
Oh, okay.
So, how does it feel like to be like Obi-Wan?
Oh, hey, you get the nod from Dark. I'm in a wizard outfit. Can't hear.
Okay.
I'm a shadow wizard. I don't speak. It's just the coat and the hat. Like I'll talk on the radio kind of thing, but it's not like
Yeah.
the gimmick is that I'm just shadow in a coat, and that's my superhero gimmick, even though I'm a real person.
Yep.
Uh,
Perfect.
You hear over the radio like, I'm fine, thanks.
Oh, it looks like your friend is trapped now. Congratulations on being able to delay the inevitable, but before long he will be at the mercy of my robots. So, I
I'm
think
not sure you could get through a black hole, but okay.
eventually he'll starve. I'm sure.
Who is this guy? The condescender? Like, where is the?
Do you say that? Like, who are you?
Yes.
Yeah, who are you? Yeah.
I was wondering when you would ask. My name is
Always
Doc.
one of those. Buckle up, everybody.
Yeah. No, he's your standard thinks himself charismatic mad scientist. Let's call him yeah. My name is Dr. Vigo. And welcome to my laboratory. So, I will leave you all to it. As I said, apologize, Brad, and tell everyone else that for me. But, and you hear the, click of a button over the speaker, and then the automated voice says, self-destruct activated. 2 minutes and counting. Well, toodaloos, and then there's like a buzz on the speaker as it shuts off.
All right. Who wants to take down the barrier? I say, look at the scientists, like, good actions could help with the sentencing. As I look at Conduit, like, I don't know.
You want to try and provoke these guys to helping you free Greg? And if so, you need to provoke them. If that's what you want to do. I think if you just ask them, they're like still in shock. They don't really hear what you say at first.
Sure, I'll try to provoke them. That's superior, right?
It is.
And I don't have any conditions that make provoking them harder. So I will try that.
What do you say to provoke them? It seems like they weren't really listening the first time you spoke up.
I guess the eyes will just flash, and his name was Brad, right?
Yep, Brad.
Hey, Brad. If you want to be able to walk your daughter down the aisle, I think you need to help us out here, because otherwise we're all blowing up.
Okay.
And I can see in the future. That's not a lot of futures that help us get out of here.
Okay. Roll to provoke. Roll superior.
Oh, teamwork.
Last team? Are you spending the last team to get these guys to help you, or do you want to save it for later?
No, because I think after this we get out, right?
If you get out, then you
If
are
we
good.
get out.
But team doesn't reset each time. You'll it's a constant thing.
Yeah.
Conduit, you were gonna say something?
I mean, yeah, I think
I'll
I would spend the last team. I just want to make sure we're cool with that.
Yeah, we should spend the last team. I was just
Yeah.
trying to think of a good way to do it.
exactly.
Yeah, I think I will just grab Brad using an energy construct, like just a band of energy around him, and pull him up to me. And I will yell in his face saying, Brad, if you don't help us right now, we're all going to die, and you won't live to regret the fact that you didn't have a really cool name right now.
Yeah. He's like,
can change your
sure,
name
I'll
after
help,
this."
I'll help. Yeah, okay, I can do that.
Oh, what's the name the intern chose? I forget.
Dante?
Oh, Dante.
Yeah,
that
you
was
could be Dante. Who knows?
he. Yeah, Brad is like, no, just put me down. I'll do it. And you put him down. He's like, okay. Let me try. He walks over.
Brad, where's the self-destruct? Where is it?
Oh,
Show
it's
me.
in the head office. It's behind the barriers. I can't do that. I can maybe get us out of here. Hold on. Can
Those
you?
robots on the other side of the fence?
There are robots on the other side of the fence. He walks over to the gate that is next to Greg, the force field gate. There's a panel there, but it's locked, and he's like, can one of you, any of you have super strength? He's like, he can't even open the panel right now. It's he's not supposed to be able to. It is locked.
Brad.
Brad.
I
I'll say-
was kind of I was kind of scoping out the people to see who might have the most information. But if I'm hearing someone calling about anyone have super strength, I'll get up from our couch, wander over and just casually knock the panel off.
Yep.
Porting back.
Gives you a look like he doesn't say it. He's simultaneously thankful and freaked out at super strength and how easy that was for you.
You can see as a hand that had sparkles around it retreats back into Greg's coat.
Perfect.
While I'm grabbing Brad by the shoulders, going, Brad, we need your attention, Brad.
Yeah, it's
don't
just a
look at that.
glance, and then
The
he's like,
door's
"Okay,
open,
hold
Brad."
on," and there's behind the panel there is a small console, like the size of a hand, and wiring
Boy.
going into it. Yeah, basically, and wiring and He's like, "Hold on, I think maybe I can."
Timelines are shortening, Brad.
Yeah.
Gotta play the hacking mini game. In
Exactly.
Bioshock, there's the hacking mini game.
It takes 30 seconds, even at my fastest. There's nothing I can do.
I like how we're all just heckling him.
It's like, okay, I got it. The force field goes away. The chain link part is still there. He's like,
Yeah,
30. It's like 1 minute until
cutters and starts like some tin snips starts
Yeah.
cutting a hole.
the voice says 1 minute until shutdown. All of the scientists are like, we gotta move. All the other ones, Brad's on his own now. The other scientists are just like beginning to completely panic.
They are the ones that I am watching currently.
Yes. Do you do anything? Or I think some of them start turning to you like, you have to get us out of here, please. We're gonna die. We can't die.
No,
They look at you
I was gonna
pleadingly.
I was gonna make a smarmy comment like, well, explosion isn't the worst way to go. I mean, looking at all your timelines, there's a lot worse ways you guys could go.
Okay.
so helpful.
They look at you and they say, like, what kind of superheroes are you? They start like heckling both of you.
Heckling back.
Yeah. However,
No,
as adults,
yes,
they have influence
Turn
over
off the
you.
self- button.
Both, I think, since it's a combined thing. Yeah, you're trying to turn off the self. No, he's trying to free the cage. He's not disabling the self-destruct.
Yeah, no, I'm telling them go turn that off.
We can't. It's way behind those barriers. We don't have time for this. We have to go now. I think they're gonna, with their heckling, they're gonna try and influence both of you. They're going to be downing your savior because you're, in their minds, not really going through the effort to save them. And upping your probably danger. I was considering others, but yeah, upping your danger.
Is
You
this
can-
something we can?
So you can accept it and just have the stat change. You can also resist it if you would like
Reject
to.
their influence.
You can. You will roll flat 2d6.
And whose are they affecting?
Both of
Said
you,
you two.
actually.
Both of us. Yeah.
Continuum
me, okay.
and Oblivion, since both of you were kind of heckling them. And they asked both of you for help and basically said no. It is up
So
to
they're
you.
downing
They're
savior and
down,
upping
taken,
danger.
up.
Yes.
Pff, I'll take that.
I think I will too.
Listen,
Perfect.
this isn't my forte, all right? You want to travel through a black hole? I'll travel you through a black hole. I just don't know if you're gonna end up the other side, all right?
Perfect. So the barrier is down, but the chain link fence part of the thing is still there.
Do I need to roll to tin snip my way out of the chain link fence?
If you have something to do that, I guess. You just have that tool on you, or did you conjure it with powers?
I don't know. I just felt like I had like snips, kind of like plier cutter things.
Would that
They
be
seem pretty useful for hero work in a world with fences and bike locks and zip ties. Having something that's sharp and can clip through stuff. And they can cut through a luggage lock. It seems like a pretty good tool for an investigative
Yeah.
based
Oh,
hero.
Wait a minute. Your reasoning behind taking tin snips with you is the fact that you steal bikes and go through people's luggage?
Remember that move he has where he can break into other people's caches? That's what it is.
He just uses tin
It's
snips.
breaking in. They don't let me into their
Yeah.
places of business.
You just know all their safe houses and the passwords to all of their computers and emails.
I guess.
And which wires to cut with the tin snips.
Okay. Well, when there is not a move, I will just say what happens. If you have those on you, I think that you can cut your way through that. It will just take some time.
Yeah, that's what I figured the downside would be. The slow monotonous cutting through each one.
Yeah.
It's a lot more effort than like blasting a hole in.
So
That's what I figured the downside would be.
yes. When
Can I-
you Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask, can I try and clear a condition? You just take an action on there, right?
Depending on what you do, yeah, it'll just clear the condition. What do you do?
Can I throw a black hole at the metal thing just to like speed it up?
To just break something?
Like the tin snips come out and go snip, 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 and then just a black hole.
and then yeah,
Yeah.
just try and rip it out of the gate. It's part of.
Yeah.
Sure, let me check something. If it is just break something or break something important.
Well, it's hurt someone or break something important, but I was looking more for insecure. Take foolhardy action without talking to your team.
I don't know if I would qualify this as foolhardy enough. Unless
okay.
you also put Grigori at risk, Dark Magician Greg. Unless you put him at risk, in which case he might have to take a powerful blow from the black hole being so close to him too. Because he's like, this is the same gate, his hands are basically touching almost.
But it's just
What-
hand. You don't see anything else, just the glove and the
What-
snips going.
What if, a counter proposal, I lose concentration on Moat and the robots are back in the fray?
Ooh, okay, I like that better, yeah.
You know, I get a Wile E. Coyote hole, but robots are once again after
Yeah.
me.
Yep. Okay, that would absolutely clear Insecure for
Cool.
foolhardy action.
Yeah, just snip.
Now, you still have to roll to do it, even if you're clearing a condition to do it.
Yeah.
You clear the condition first, because you're doing the thing, and then you can roll to unleash your powers to overcome an obstacle.
Sweet. Does this isn't targeting Grigori, right?
No.
This is just the fence that Grigori.
This is the fence, and it's gonna end up also getting rid of the moat. Nice!
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So we see that the fence itself is sort of ripped out of the wall and starts crumpling together into the black hole for a bit. And then just collapses in like a 2-foot by 2-foot square of waffle metal now is what it's become.
Yep.
And then there's a pause as everyone is like, okay, we're good, let's go. And then you hear the pew pew of lasers from behind start firing at you.
Oops.
Greg. Conduit, you have been watching this for a while, I think. What do you do?
Shit. Well, I was gonna try to get to the damn self-destruct and shut it down, but now we've got fucking robots.
For a PG-13 show, it's gonna be a lot of robot fighting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to craft the action so it's actually what I want it to be and not a different action. No, fuck it. I'm the leader. You know what? I think he's just gonna yell to his teammates, Oblivion, take care of those robots. Liv, Greg, get those people out of here. I'm off to try to stop this explosion.
Wait, do you mean me take care of the robots or Liv take care of the robots?
Oh, sorry. Did I use the same name?
You said Liv and then
Continuum.
Oblivion.
Yeah. Continuum, take care of the robots. Liv and Greg, get those people out of here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you jump forward. I think we'll see what Conduit does at the end after everyone else is left and hope that he's okay.
Yeah.
So I think Continuum, we see, the robots are firing after Greg. What do you do?
I'm going to if I'm out of burn, can I charge it up again?
Yes, but not instantaneously. It takes some time.
There's a defend
So-
action.
You could also defend Greg while that happens, but you basically will be out of the action while the robots try to shoot the other two.
Or you could also time. Wait, what is it? Like precog fight the robots. If you want to do
Oh
this.
yeah, just like I know kung fu kind of fighting,
Yeah.
but they are still
let's
robots, so
do
it's
that.
really hard to fight them properly.
Oh, I was saying you got the stat change for more danger over saviors. If you're picking
Yeah.
between directly engage and defend, you're probably more set to directly engage.
And,
so
yeah, offense is the best defense. That's what I always say.
Okay.
well, that's what I say
Yeah.
since they talked to me 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll just push Greg out of the way and go fight the robots.
Okay.
Like not necessarily
You-
taking bullets for Greg or killing
Yeah.
them first.
Do you have any weapons, or do you fight with your fists?
Fight with black holes?
Up
on
close.
the fist.
Black hole
Okay.
boxing glove.
Yeah.
Black
just-
hole boxing. Yeah. So
It's
basically,
just two little
like to-
vacuums on top of your fist.
I like to imagine it's like I'm manipulating the gravity, and throwing black holes is manipulating the gravity to be super dense there. So I just make my fists really dense, and I punch.
And then you
things.
punch super hard because
Yeah.
they're so dense. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Make a danger roll to directly engage the threat.
Yeah. So he does the arm reload thing, but his arms are weighed down, so it's like, all right.
Yeah. They're slow but very hard hitting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, the punches are well telegraphed, but it's like trying to stop a train. You
Well,
can see
that's
it
where the
coming.
com manipulation comes in. Even though your punch is slow, you speed up time around it, so it's
Yeah.
fun.
So
Exactly.
convoluted.
Yep.
Hey.
Okay. So, we have no more team to spend, I think. Let me write that down. I don't think we did. 0 team.
Yeah.
But choose one.
I think I'm creating an opportunity for them to get away.
Okay, so you are taking some blows back. You are still damaging them and taking them out, and this will take them out. But they are not a threat to anyone else while you're doing this. Okay.
Mhm.
Perfect.
I'm guilty because those people said, "Help save us," and I'm like, I can't do anything.
Okay, so you're taking guilty as the condition they deal to you. It's less about the robot fights themselves and more about like
The previous,
the previous stuff is now getting to you. Awesome.
yeah, it's like doing the robot fighting. I'm like thinking at the same time because it's just robots. I go, oh yeah. I mean, I should have probably done something, but I can't really do anything.
Is it even easier to predict robots than people, I'd imagine?
Yeah, like I think the thing that messes with the future sight is people being unpredictable, but robots have, oh, you move here, I'm gonna turn here, so it's like probably easier to do that.
Yeah, it's like you can almost read their AI programming.
Hmm.
Oblivion. What are you up to during all of this?
I'm afraid, I'm insecure, and my goal here is to do the mission as well as we can, which in my point of view is get the information we came for. I'm trusting you guys to go and deal with the robots at the self-destruct because, hey, if I die in 30 seconds versus a year, what's the difference? So I have had Greg just shoved out of the way at me, and so as he, heads back towards the other scientists, I'm going to just grab his arm, kind of tow him away a little ways, ignoring everything else that's going around, and just kind of put a hand to his forehead and take away his loyalty to whoever it is.
Brad's loyalty?
Yeah.
Brad, not
Whoever it
Greg. We're just being
Oh, sorry.
clear.
Right, there were different people, and I can't. No, Brad's loyalty, not Greg's.
Okay.
Greg
Sure.
on your team.
So you're trying to make him forget any loyalty he has. That's fantastic. I
To
think
his
you're on
wife, to his children, to his dog.
to his boss, his former
No,
boss.
No, all of
specifically
it, all of
to
it, period.
his
There's
Yeah,
no thinking
he's now
you can
become
just go more
Entirely selfish. Okay, roll with Freak. I think that you're overcoming an obstacle, or in this case, reshaping your environment is what this would be.
Yeah. All right. Free. And, well, it's a hit.
All right.
Nice.
So, do you mark a condition, or is it unstable or temporary?
Why on earth is it -2 is my question.
Do you have a...
Oh, never mind. It's something weird. It's my
I see-
computer.
Are you hopeless?
I see a +2.
No,
Yeah, it's +2.
my computer is automatic at showing me a different thing. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, no, I would say it's probably unstable or temporary.
All right.
There's this flicker of yes, no, okay, if I ask him the questions now, it might work, but
So I think
on.
you see, as you start draining the memories and rewriting his memories so he's not loyal to his boss, you see that there is almost... You've seen this before, it's never good. This triggers a chain reaction of, like, things he was loyal to because he was loyal to his boss also happens. He is no longer loyal to the lives... not to, like... he's no longer loyal to his coworkers, more than just the general stranger. He is no longer loyal to. I think he starts. What's the word? He starts having his own midlife crisis, basically, of like, why did I do this? Why am I here? So what he does
to be on the company softball team.
Yeah. So he looks at you and he's like, I've made a terrible mistake. What did I do? Oh,
I
no.
have a master's degree.
And I think I'm a little bit like terrified.
I can't believe I accepted.
Like,
Those were terrible benefits.
Didn't even get dental.
It was just a life insurance policy. Not
I
health
lied to my
insurance.
wife about where I worked. For what?
For nothing, for absolutely nothing. If you wouldn't mind showing us where the data is held and
I'm...
telling us all about that, that would be very helpful. Now you should definitely
Huh?
stick it right to them. And
Okay.
yeah, no, I'm.
Now that he no longer has any loyalty, but he's a bit distracted, I think this is another attempt to provoke him to tell you. This is snap him out of it. We need you to tell us this now.
Yeah. Okay.
Superior.
Let's see how that.
Oh
No.
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 So he doesn't even seem to hear you. Just, I lied to my wife. I lied to my kids. I miss my daughter's high school graduation. I'm a terrible person. And he starts like bursts into tears and collapses to his knees.
Fucking Brad.
See
Why
Brad
did I
breaking down. and
do this? Yeah.
I want to walk over to Brad.
Robots shooting. We're just dealing with.
Robots are
Yeah.
being dealt with.
Yeah, robots are being
Background
dealt with.
just punch a robot.
We're
Yeah, they're being-
focusing on helping Brad, and I would like to comfort or support Brad to get him through this towards our objective.
Okay. You can do that. Oblivion, do you already feel guilty?
No, but I'm pretty
You
sure.
do
I
now.
You
Okay.
do now, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of backing away from this thing, horrified, like, oh, drat it, I did it again.
Perfect. Yeah. What do you say to comfort or support him?
I don't say anything. I pull out of my coat an index card, and I hand it to Brad, and it reads on the front side, "Don't worry, it's going to be okay." And then you flip the card over, and it says we've secured pardons for all of the scientists that worked here, so they can re-enter society. And you flip the card a third time, and it has a different text. We just need to know where the data is stored.
Okay,
And
let's...
I'm lying to Brad.
Of course, yes. You
Lying
can
to
lie to
Brad.
comfort and support someone. Let's do it. Roll with mundane.
Is it? Ah, shoot.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
something.
it is
I roll
mundane.
I roll with savior. If
Oh.
I'm telling something they want to hear, then
Right.
you get pardoned and can re-enter society.
Okay, roll with savior then.
Hey.
Got an 8.
Nice.
Right.
So for comfort and support on an 8, they mark potential or clear a condition or shift labels if they open up to you. That's if it was for a PC, but either way, it still is. She's like, "Thank you, thank you." He like looks up to you because he's on his knees. He collapsed to his knees before, and he's like, "I don't know what to say. Yeah, I can help you. What do you need again?" He just flips the card, and the text
When
is
you
already there.
open the gun and it's like, we need the files from this day to this day. We need like entry logs from here to here.
I don't know if we have-
specific list.
I don't know if we have time for that. And then we hear the voice like 1 minute until detonation. Cut to Conduit. Conduit, you are, I imagine, flying at full speed down the hallways trying to find the head laboratory, wherever they mentioned that is.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
the head office. Because all of the barriers in the whole building were brought down, you find yourself at one more, leading to you see beyond it. There's this like, most of the rest of this building is sort of like gray stone, white fluorescent lights kind of thing. Up ahead are these heavy wooden doors, and just there's a sign hanging on it that says head office, and there's another force field gate between you and it.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Well, what are the walls made out of?
Let's say concrete.
Okay. I had to check.
Not slabs of granite.
No, not
Uh,
not in this part of it.
Lead lines.
okay.
it's
I
Only the
think-
outside.
Yeah, I think I'm angry. I'm in a hurry. I think as I'm flying towards it, I just blast straight through it.
Okay, awesome. I think you're unleashing your powers to overcome an obstacle.
Sounds about right.
It is directly, but it's not a threat, so I don't think it's
Is
that.
there a silly drill motif that appears around you? as
Or
you
a
blast
snowplow.
No, this is just pure blasting through. This is not an
Alright,
energy
fine.
construct. This is just anger and frustration and a bunch of other things.
Okay.
Probably hormones and
Yeah.
puberty.
through? It's everything, though.
Okay, so on a 7, you choose if it is unstable or temporary, or you mark a condition.
I think it's unstable and temporary. Like it might the hallway might collapse, I think, with the amount of
Yeah, I think
energy that was just pumped down the hall.
that's exactly. You see, it starts to crumble. I would say, in addition, you fly through the force field and disrupt it. The metal gate part is gone now, ripped, and that's what caused the collapse. But the force field part itself is reforms after you're through it. So if you failed shutting it down, that'll be a tough thing to get through.
Okay, fair enough.
But you blast through that. Do you just go through the double doors as well, not bothering to wait to open them?
Yeah. I don't think he just slows down at all. It's just like there's a like a pressure cone of energy in front of him, just knocking things down.
I thought so. Okay. Yeah, you blast open the doors, and you find yourself at the top of a somewhat small but still well-lit circular room. It reminds you a bit of the main room, but you're almost... There's stairs on either way leading down. It is... The appearance of this room specifically is less corporate evil scientist and more like Victorian, like Frankensteinian doctor. Like there's old carpets on the ground, bookshelves. There isn't one, but it almost feels like a fireplace would fit in here. It's poorly lit, it seems, in this room, but you can still see well enough. Lining some of the walls on either side are... There's no other way to put them, but more of the cylindrical pods that could definitely fit a person inside them. You see about a dozen, 6 on either side, your left and right. And in the center of the room, next to several desks, is a... The pieces of what look like some kind of machinery that looks like it's now in shambles or destroyed somehow, that was in the center of the room.
Like, how big are we talking? Like, would it be a handheld thing if it was put together, or would it be like, giant
No,
mech warrior?
not giant. It's in between those. It's hard to tell when it's collapsed. Maybe about the same amount of mass as a person. Maybe a bit bigger than a person. It's just all machinery. It's hard to tell without putting it together. You don't have time for that. In the center of the very back, you see what looks like an important-looking computer.
Okay. Yeah, so I think I get into the room. I just look around and just start thinking to myself. We get this little thought bubble, It's just, if I were an ostentatious douchebag, where would I put this track? And just zip down to the computer. And is there anything on the monitor currently?
Yes,
this
one
countdown?
big countdown. Yeah, and it is now at 0:49.
Okay. Well, I am not a tech expert at all. I was hoping for like a large reactor that I could put a bubble around and be done.
You notice there are two words below the countdown that are on this monitor. It says "Good luck."
One of them cancel.
No, it says "Good luck."
Okay. Did I hit the escape button?
Where's the any key?
Yeah. Then I think you're trying to assess the situation to find out how to turn this off.
All right, I'm great at that.
Roll with
Awesome.
superior.
Yeah, -1. I'm a great leader, by the way, guys. 4.
Ooh, no.
Oh,
Dark
relying on you to
potential.
not try.
Dead
Okay.
in the first episode, right here.
No, that's not what's going to happen, luckily. So I think as you're looking on the computer, it looks like you're completely locked out of it. Even the keyboard isn't responding. It's like it seems that he's just completely locked the computer down. You don't know how to access it. As the countdown continues to decrease, as you begin to worry that you might have screwed up and might be about to die, I think someone else arrives to save the day, to save you. See who we've
I'll
got.
find an adult.
Yep. You know who it is. I think there is a what would it look like? Actually, I don't think they could do it. I think yeah. I think you hear footsteps behind you from the door you came into, and you see Mother Time.
Naked mom.
Yep. Yep. You see, she is there, and her voice. I don't have a thing. I didn't expect to see her so soon. But she said, I think she introduces herself. She says, "Come on, Kyle. Let's get out of here. There's nothing you can do." And you see, she sort of like zips over to you in like almost super speed bursts. Like she's speeding up time in short bursts as she walks over to you. And she says, "Just hold on." And you can try and resist her if you want to, but she's just gonna like get you out of there. If
I think I'm gonna start protesting, being like, no, there's people in that restaurant up there. Whatever this is gonna cause a crater or something. Like, people are gonna die if we don't stop this.
there's nothing we can do. Trust me, she says. And I think she's not trying to influence you. She's trying to get you to stop. Do you keep protesting after she says that? I guess would be my question.
Oh, the mission though.
Isn't the mission information?
Yeah, the mission's also no killing. If people die, I've broken a rule.
Already
Was it no
broken one.
killing? Wait. Was the rule no killing or no dead people?
No death.
That is for you to
They're-
debate
those
with
are
them.
Very. Yeah. We didn't kill anyone. The bomb did.
What do you do, Conduit?
I think he's actually like frozen for a second.
Then she doesn't wait for you. She doesn't have time to wait, so she just
Yeah.
grabs you, and then you like zap over towards everyone else. Everyone else, I imagine are you waiting for Conduit to get back, or what does everything look like once we get back? It's been like a short bit.
I'm shoving piles of paperwork under my coat that is being handed to me from Brad.
Perfect.
I wasn't sure what to grab, and he grabbed a bunch, and
Yep.
Greg is just like grabbing and shoving it under his into the void space of coat.
Yep. He tosses you like the hard drive to the nearest computer.
I think Oblivion's kind of getting all the huddled scientists up and ready to actually move out, or off the ground. Thank you.
I am attempting to charge my powers again for the move function.
Okay, perfect. I think let's see your charge first before your mother shows up.
So just roll for burn again.
Roll to charge your
Is
burn.
there a dance involved?
No, it's just super sad.
Fusion.
Cool. I mark it.
But that's just by yourself. It's a one person like.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Shuffle,
tick
shuffle your way to
afraid
power.
Okay.
because I don't want to blow up here.
Yeah,
The
things are
countdown,
like it's
30
like
going every second.
yeah, it's like it's down to like 20 seconds remaining now, or something like it's low.
Mhm.
When through the hallway that conduit came through, you see this almost after imagey effect of a person. It's just like a bunch of still images of them in the same position, one over the other, as she and conduit with her appear in front of you. And sort of in front of the scientist with the hero persona, she says, "Continuum, do you have that ready? Can you get us out of here?"
Yeah.
"Do it, everyone, together. Come here." And she just starts taking command of the situation, and quickly, the scientists definitely recognize her more and listen to her, and they'll gather together, because presumably you're doing a black hole version of a teleportation circle.
Oblivion grabs the two who passed out.
Yep.
Maybe not leaving them behind.
Good idea.
Yeah. So, he goes.
Greg is wrenching a robot gun up, trying to get the giant robot blaster onto the black hole teleportation pad.
on this trick a long time. Yeah, and then I'll do move. I'll spend one burn to move to any place you choose within the scene, breaking through or slipping past any barriers or restraints in your way. Spend a second burn to move any place you've previously been. Upstairs.
Yeah, just in the
Wait,
restaurant. Just-
That sounds like it's just describing yourself doing it.
I don't know.
I think
Is it just-
you could extend it to have other people come with you, but the strain might mean you take a powerful blow to do it.
or
Let's do it.
or we just do the two burns.
Actually, let's just roll to unleash your powers to do it.
Oh,
You
okay.
can move yourself fine. To unleash your powers and bring other people with you, we'd spend the burn and roll to see how the others fare.
Got it. And then roll.
If that goes
Freak.
unstable, are we looking at Cronenberg monsters when we come out the other side?
And then episode 2, we have all new characters because the first one died in a horrifying black hole accident.
I would like to make the argument that this is affecting every single one of the party.
It definitely is. Why?
I have influence over all three of them.
Oh, but you're not targeting them.
Oh, okay.
You're not targeting them specifically, so
Dang.
sadly, no. Influence here doesn't work.
Okay.
So you choose taking addition or unstable or
Cronenberg's.
yeah.
I'll take a condition. So I am afraid, angry, guilty, and insecure now.
Perfect.
What is the only condition you were not?
Hopeless. There's
Still
always
have-
hope.
Well, give it a second. I'm about to clear angry on you, Mama's boy.
Perfect. So, just as we hear explosions from deeper within the facility and fire begins to spread, what does it look like when you teleport them? Is it like they all sink into the ground where the black hole appeared in like this surface
I
across the
think-
ground, or where?
I think the black hole just expands and envelops us, and then when we teleport, it just disappears.
Okay. Perfect.
And then reverses on the
Yeah, and then reverse is where we're going.
in the dining room.
Yeah.
The
In
dining
the kitchen.
in the kitchen of the restaurant.
I think dining room's safer.
Yeah, I like-
There's not
Okay, dining
knives
room.
in there.
All the diners, the people eating.
Perfect. So we see the restaurant. We see a young couple. They look like they're on their maybe second date, and you see this guy's like, it's been really, really nice to get to know you. I'm I don't know. I'm just
Orc
not.
starts clattering on a
Yeah, exactly.
plate.
She's they're about to have the like very early I don't really care about this relationship breakup thing where I don't want to see you anymore, and then the everything starts clattering and like starts shaking and it's like what's that? And then there's this like black orb that deposits like 20 people, most of which are wearing white lab coats, into the ground, and it's like, what's going on? We have to go, and there's an earthquake. Get outside.
So, just so I have it in my mind correctly, like we all appear just in the middle of the restaurant, and suddenly, like Brad is standing in this guy's soup, like
Yeah, exactly. Um, that's correct.
Waiter, there's a scientist in my soup.
And there seems to be some kind of earthquake happening. At least that's what it feels like. So even before, even as the teleport was happening, everyone is like, "What's going on?" And then everyone rushes outside. I think you all can too. And and when everyone rushes outside, the well, the building itself. Luckily, everyone managed to escape before
You said it
the.
was like a 12-story building.
Yes. Yes,
Evacuating 12 stories plus an underground complex?
that's fair. I wasn't going to say it collapsed. I was going to say it was very damaged and had parts of it
Okay,
that were
very
collapsed.
damaged seems fair.
Yes.
It's the leaning tower of this city now.
Or we could even have the building blow up and then it'd be in a time bubble. Like a suspended time bubble.
That was my thought in case you
Mid-
failed to teleport. It would have been
yeah,
just like,
blow up.
and your mom had to time
Time
bubble the
bubble.
explosion, and you all have to leave while she stays behind.
I love Deus Ex Machina.
Well, it's a time bubble, and then they lower like grappling hooks in and pull people out of the slow.
Yeah, no,
time.
it will be a whole thing. But luckily, everything here is fine. We see nobody except whoever was in those pods, which only Mother Time knew about, along with Conduit. Everyone else is fine. So I think we'll cut to break here, and then come back to the recovery and conversations going on after this incident.
Probably just like straight back at the base.
I think back at the base makes the most sense. Yeah.
We don't need to care about like getting on the subway to get there or whatever. It's
Yeah.
just back
Exactly.
at the base.
Yeah. There will be a lot more sort of jump cuts, I think, in this game than most. It doesn't nearly have to be following normal time.
Yeah.
But we will be back in a few minutes with parts. I guess if we're switching to each half
Issue
stream being
2.
a part. Issue 2.
Issue 2.
Yes. Of Masks Vigilance. Thank you for watching.